Okay, here's another feminist. I thought this was funny and worth reacting to. The Quran doesn't say women need to wear hijab.
Bring me the Quranic verse that tells us that we have to wear the hijab. And don't get because of
Bring me the Quranic verse that tells you have to wear hijab. Okay, well, here it is. And tell the believing women to reduce some of their vision and guard their private parts and not expose their adornment except that which necessarily appears thereof, and to wrap a portion of their head covers over their chest and not to expose their adornment. بِخُمُرِهِمْ بِخُمُرِهِنْ عَلَى جُيُوبِهِنْ. That's the command. That's hijab. Khumur is the plural of khimar, which means head cover. That's hijab. This is the verse of the Quran.
the hijab, and I have a huge issue. I have to justify it both to those who are against it and those who are for it. Yeah. There is no such ruling in the Quran. It's a man-made.
Here it is. There's no such ruling in the Quran. Here it is.
Medieval scholars, male scholars, decided that for us. God has not told us. It's not a, it's not a requirement. It's not a
God has not told us, but here it is. Here's the verse of the Quran. There you go. Surah 24, verse 31. Go and read it. بِخُمُرِهِنْ. Their head coverings.
Now the way I wear it because I like myself with it. Okay?
Yeah. I'm not even going to
this is the point. You see, you brought as an example of what Islam says. Which Islam says that? The medieval scholars of Islam? That we have
No, the Quran says it. The Quran says it. It's right here. God is saying it. Allah is saying it. This is the verse.
Been fed the idea that they are, infallible and whatever they said is the law, or the Quran, because the Quran doesn't say anything.
There it is in the Quran. The Quran does say it. It's right there.
About it.
The Quran doesn't say anything about it. So if you have any doubts about what the Quran is referring to, go to the dictionaries. Go to the Arabic dictionary. Go to Lane's lexicon, for example. Here's a screenshot from Lane's lexicon about khimar, the word that we just saw. We saw khumar, which is the plural of khimar. And here it is. Khimar, a woman's muffler or veil with which she covers her head and the lower part of her face, leaving exposed only the eyes and part or the whole of the nose. And then the plural is khumar. See at the bottom? I highlighted that. That's the plural, khimar. So the verse of the Quran is saying to pull your khimar, pull the khimar. So what the women were doing before the verse of the hijab was revealed, what women had were khimar, or khumar, which is this head covering, but they put the veil behind their necks. So the neck was exposed. The neck and the chest was exposed. And then the verse of hijab comes down, is revealed, and it says take the head covering and just bring it to the front to cover your chest and then the face or part of the face. So if you have a head covering and it's going behind you, you just bring it forward. So it's still covering all your hair. That was the standard even before the verse of the hijab. And the verse of hijab specifically tells you to take the head covering and bring it over your chest to cover the chest as well, the neck and the chest as well, and part of the face. So, and this is what the classical dictionaries all say. So if that Lane's lexicon is not enough for you, let's look at Hans Wehr. Hans Wehr is another Arabic to English dictionary, and you have khimar right there. Here's a screenshot. It's saying veil covering head and face of a woman. See? So that is what the Quran is referring to. So anyone who says that hijab is not in the Quran, this is a clear lie against the Quran. It's either a lie or you're just stupid and ignorant. Which one is worse? I guess a lie, but being stupid is pretty bad too. And one way that you can understand or remember the word khimar is to remember that what's the word for alcohol or wine in Arabic? It's khamar. Khamar. And what does khamar do? What does wine do? It intoxicates, but what is the after effect of drinking? You get khumar in Arabic, or this kind of hangover. You get a hangover. And hangover, think of hanging over your head. So the intoxication after you're drunk, or while you're drunk, and then after you're drunk with a hangover, it's like you're fogged, like you're just cloudy, you don't have that clarity, but it's coming from hanging, like something hanging over your head. Well, khimar is hanging over your head. It comes from the same root, khimar, khumar. And then the plural of khimar is khumar, which is mentioned in the ayah that you saw on your screen. So yes, hijab is part of the Quran. Sorry to break it to you feminists. Sorry to break it to you reformists. Sorry to break it to you zanadiqa, but it's there. You just have to know a little bit of basic Arabic. And even if you don't know Arabic, at least learn how to look up words in a dictionary. That'll help a lot. How can you understand what Allah is saying to you in the Quran if you don't know what the words actually mean? It's not a case of, I don't know what the Arabic means, so I'll just make up whatever makes me feel good, whatever I like. That's not the way that Islam works. Sorry to break it to you.